Welcome to Honestly Made in Ya. My name is Minister Karen, a wife and a mother of two who has been given a word to move in her creativity. And because every good and great thing in me comes from Yahweh, this is me moving on the word, love, and the gift that only He can give me to share with you all. Yahweh bless and enjoy what comes next. What's up, everybody? Today I'm making enchiladas, one of my daughter's favorites, also known as tostadas. And these are my ingredients. So as usual, I'm going to put the ingredients in the caption. But for now, we're going to go ahead and put this avocado oil in this hot pan so we can go ahead and start doing our tortillas. I'm going to go ahead and fry my tortillas. And as you can see, I use cilantro to see if my oil was hot enough. And yes, it was. It was hot. And so we're going to go ahead and put the tortillas in there, and we're going to flip them maybe like once or twice because we want it to stiffen up and like a golden brown, So again, we want the tortilla to be a little bit more stiff and to have like this golden brown complexion to it. Yes. And you see, it's done. So we're going to go ahead and put that to the side so that way it can drain. And while it's draining, we're going to go ahead and do the eggs. We're going to prep our pot and go ahead and set it on the stove, and we're going to give it some time so the eggs are completed, and we're going to use it at the end when we're plating our dish. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my ghee to my hot pan so we can start making our ground turkey, because that's the meat of preference that I chose to use. And then we're going to add our seasoning and go ahead and mix that thing on up, because we need to mix the seasoning into the meat or it's just not going to taste good. We don't want that. So let's go on and add the salt, because seasoning and all, it still needs some salt. And we're going to mix that in until it's ready. So this is pretty much done. It's cooked. I am gonna leave it on a low simmer so it could just stay nice and warm while I prep everything else. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start cutting up our vegetables. And I normally don't show this process because it's so long, but I thought it would be a good idea for me to put my daughter on here in her own words to tell us why this has become, was, and is her favorite dish. So here she goes.
Hey, this is Savannah, the daughter. So despite my mom's enchiladas tasting amazing, they're heaven sent, it was like one of the first meals my mom ever taught me how to make. And it was like the first time my mom ever let me in the kitchen to watch her cook, because that's usually like her little world. She's like Roseanne in it and doesn't really want anyone in the kitchen when she's cooking. So yeah, it was a little special for me. But yeah, that's the main reason why I love my mama's enchiladas.
Aw, now that was my baby girl Savannah, and now it's time for us to get back to cooking. So what's happening right now, I am rolling my limes and my orange so we can go ahead and squeeze that into my pico de gallo mixture that I'm making. I like to use the orange to give it a little sweet undertone to my pico de gallo. Some people like to add a little bit of sugar to their pico de gallo, but not your girl. Your girl likes to keep it, regular, healthier. And I'm not going to add sugar to something that I could get some sweetness from an orange, right? We're already adding citrus to it. So why not an orange? A sweet citrus, But for real, you can get the sweetness, still keep your citrus flavor, and you don't have any added sugar. That sounds pretty good to me. So this is the pico de gallo pretty much all done. I'm adding a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper because, like I usually say, why not? Man, and this is looking good. I don't know about y'all, but I love me some pico de gallo. Now let's go on to making the sauce, which is almost like a dressing for the enchilada. And I keep it pretty simple. Add the cans of tomato sauce, water, some cilantro leaves, and some salt and pepper, and let it do what it does there. And that's it. And then we just wait to top the enchilada with this sauce at the end. And then we're going to go ahead and cut up our repollo, or as they say, cabbage in English. And then once we're done with that, we can start plating our enchiladas. So we're first going to go ahead and get that tortilla that we fried up, some Honduran cream, the ground turkey, the cabbage, a tomato slice, a slice of egg, some tomato sauce that we cooked up earlier, then some pico de gallo, and I used Central American queso fresco. So yummy. I hope you enjoyed. Have a blessed day. See you next time. Bye.